Okay, today is, what day is today? Wednesday, September 11th. And as you can see, we're covering 3 different math lessons today. We're combining 13, 14, and 15. And the reason for that is because they're all about the same topic. Okay, so we're going to learn about it all together. So today, all 3 of these lessons are about using what we know about place value to subtract numbers. Okay, we spent the last 2 days practicing how to add numbers, and today we're going to practice how to subtract numbers. Okay. But first, before we start that, I want to talk about the problem of the day. As we mentioned, this problem of the day is from yesterday's exit ticket. And the reason I wanted to talk about it again is because several of us needed extra help on this exit ticket. Okay, so let's read the problem carefully and see what it's asking. It says, in January, Scott earned $8,999. That's how much he earned in January. Now, in February, he earned $2,387 more than what he earned in January. Then it says in March, Scott earned the same amount that he earned in February. How much does Scott earn altogether in those 3 months? Is your answer reasonable? Explain. So the first thing you should have written down is what the question is asking. What is the question asking us to figure out? Varshini? Very good. We want to know how much Scott earned altogether in those 3 months. What important information do we need in order to figure that out? Kaship?
Scott earns $8,999.
Very good. In February, did he earn more or less?
He earned more.
Yeah, he earned $2,387 more. In March, did he earn more or less than in February? Sornima? In March, he earned the same amount as in February. Good. So now let's draw tape diagrams to show each amount. Okay? In January, he earned this much money. What should I label it? Haruto?
$8,999.
Very good. In February, should the piece of tape be longer or shorter? Everyone?
Longer.
Okay. So it's going to have this 8,800 or 8,999 amount, but how much more do we have to add on to it? 2,387. What about in March? It should be the exact same as February because it says he earned the same amount. So how can I find out how much he earned altogether? What do I need to do? Go ahead and tell your math partner. As promised, today we're talking about subtraction. Okay? Go ahead and copy that subtraction problem into your notebook. 4,259 minus 2,171. The directions tell us to use place value discs. So what we're going to do is we are going to draw discs, circles. Make sure you have a place value chart. You need to have ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Take a moment to get that stuff set up in your notebook. Let's start to draw our discs. The first number we have is 4,259. What does that mean? We have to draw how many discs in the thousands place? Everyone?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Then we have to draw 2 discs in the hundreds place, 5 discs in the tens place, and 9 discs in the ones place. Remember, I like to put 5 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if we are subtracting, are we putting more on or are we taking some away? Taking some away. Now, one way we can take some away is erasing. But if we erase, we can't see our thinking. So we're never going to erase. What's another way we can show that we're taking away? It's very easy. We just cross it out. So we're taking away 2,000. So we have to cross out 2 of the thousands. We're taking away 100. So we're going to cross out 1 of the hundreds. We're taking away 7 tens. Hold on. Check this out. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5 tens, but I need to take away 7 tens. Does that mean I can't solve this? What do I know about this 100? It's the same worth as 10 tens. So we need to do regrouping. Let me show you how to regroup. When you regroup, you circle the one that you're regrouping, and you're going to cross it out because you're not using that anymore. You're going to draw an arrow, and then you're going to draw the 10 discs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That shows that I regrouped. Does that make sense? I have to cross out the hundreds because is that hundred still there anymore? No, I broke it apart. Remember when I cut up that long rod last time, that rod wasn't there anymore. I broke it apart and I regrouped it, okay? Now let's turn our attention back to the tens. We wanted to cross out 7 tens. How many did I cross out so far? 5. So I have to cross out 2 more. 1, 2. And then I have to cross out 1, 1. Okay? Now let's see what we have left. How many thousands do we have left? Okay. How many hundreds do we have left? How many tens do we have left?
8.
Do you guys see when we put 5 across how easy it is to see how many we have left, right? How many ones do we have left?
9.
Are you sure?
8.
Look at it carefully. Very good. So 4,259 minus 2,171 is 2,088. The directions now say to use the standard algorithm. This is the same problem, but I want to show you how the standard algorithm works. Just like when we use the standard algorithm to add, all you're doing is lining up the place values, the ones on top of the ones, the tens on top of the tens, etc. Okay? So we have 4,259. Write this in your notebooks, and we're taking away 2,171. Now I want you to imagine what we did using the discs. Except this time we're not using discs. We are just going to think about the numbers. So I have 9. Remember I had 9 discs in the ones place, and I crossed out one of them. How many is left? If I have 9 but I take away 1, how many is left? Everyone?
8.
Let's record that. Now in the tens place, I had 5 and I want to take away 7. I can't do that. There's not enough. So what did I need to do? I needed to regroup. When I regrouped, I took away one of the hundreds. So now I had 2. I only have 1 left. Go ahead and record that. And that became 10 tens. So if I add those 10 tens to the 5 I already have, how many tens do I have altogether now? And this is how you record it. Okay, don't be sloppy with your writing. Please write it down exactly how you see me writing it now. Now I have 15 tens and I'm taking away 7. How many is that? 8. Good. I have 100. I'm taking away 100. How many hundreds are left? Okay. I have 4 thousands. I'm taking away 2. How many is left? 2. So my answer is 2,088. Now the second part of this problem says to model your thinking using a tape diagram. So I want to show you an example of how you could use a tape diagram to show subtraction. Yesterday we talked about using tape diagrams, combining pieces of tape to show addition. Here's how you can use it to show subtraction. You can show that all together the whole amount is 4,259. That's how much we're starting with. But I want to take away this part, which is 2,171. And so what's left is what I'm trying to find. Do you guys see that? Okay? Because this is the first time where a lot of us are thinking about tape diagrams, I want you to copy it down so you have an example. I've run into a problem because I have 2 hundreds and I need to take away 7. So I can't do that. I need to regroup. But look, I only have 0 thousands here. I can't. What does that mean I need to do? I need to double regroup. I need to go over here. So I need to take away my 10 thousands. Now I have 0 of those left, but now I have 10 thousands to work with. And now I can take one of those thousands, so now I have 9 left, and regroup that and add it to my existing hundreds, and now I have 12 hundreds. Do you guys see what I did there? Double regroup. Tell your partner how that worked. Your final answer should be 164,570. Do you guys see how it's very easy to make silly mistakes if you don't write your numbers neatly and clearly, especially when you're regrouping? A lot of you are still making careless errors when you subtract and when you add. Please be more careful.